I feel like bringing back an American classic. A classic. You know what? I think I'm going to do a Salisbury steak.
Okay, to start the Salisbury steak, you want to take some ground beef and form it into patties. I don't really need to show you that, now do I? Because everybody knows how to make hamburger patties. It's the simplest thing in the world. I mean, and that's the sad thing is, that's all Salisbury steak is. It's just hamburger. And if you need to know how to make a hamburger patty, then, well, I guess I'll show you one here. Pretty simple, really easy to do. Although, would you like to know the history of how essentially something like a hamburger somehow became a dish where it's served with mashed potatoes instead of fries and has gravy dropped all over it instead of a bun? Well, the professor here is going to explain to you how.
Oh, you'd like to know about the history of Salisbury steak? Not a problem here. Salisbury steak came around because in America, post-World War I, we were pretty well pissed off with anything German. Not the case anymore. So, no restaurant could sell hamburgers, one of the cheapest, highest profit things that you could make. It sounded too German. So, one day, I believe it was a deli owner, decided, fuck it, I'm going to find some way to make ground beef patties and sell them. So he made a couple of ground beef patties, dumped some gravy on them, and called them Salisbury steaks. And people loved them. But that's the whole reason why. Couldn't sell a hamburger, but you could sell a Salisbury steak. Interestingly enough, World War I was still so hot, and we were still so sore with Germany. That is why White Castle named their hamburgers sliders instead of just little hamburgers. It differentiated itself from our enemies. Lesson adjourned.
Okay, you want to slam these Salisbury steaks on a griddle or in a very, very large stainless steel pan, and they're going to take about a couple of minutes each side. And the reason you want them in a nice pan is because you want that nice crust. Now, you can, of course, grill these. The cooking preparation medium doesn't really matter, but me, I like a nice, large, thick crust on my Salisbury steaks. Okay, and to finish this off, you want to take one of your patties, be it griddled or grilled, and you want to pour some piping hot gravy on it. Now, no, I didn't show the gravy recipe, and yes, before anyone says, it's from the packet. But how in the flying fuck am I supposed to make gravy out of hamburger drippings? It's fucking impossible. But anyway, that's a nice, delicious, homemade Salisbury steak, and even though I used packet gravy, guess what? It's still better than your goddamn fucking frozen Salisbury steaks you get in the frozen aisle. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna try a little piece of this.
And that's how you make a Salisbury steak at home. Next time you're sitting there in the frozen aisle of your local grocery store, looking at that frozen box of Salisbury steaks, don't even fucking bother. Just grab some fresh ground beef and make them yourself.